Journey into space.
Hello, I'm Ray Moore, the unknown radio microstar. Someone who's about as nostalgic as Journey into Space. A time when wireless came out of Bakelite boxes and the weather always came from the Air Ministry roof. And entertainment came uninterrupted by pictures. Well, next week, the golden years of radio's past are brought to life again in a new serial by Charles Chilton called Space Force, in which a brand new quartet of intrepid heroes come face to face, as we say in radio, with a voice from nowhere. A voice that could even belong to a 7-foot stainless steel woman. But as you lot say in television, I'm giving the plot away now. It's on Wednesday on Radio 2 VHF.
We have takeoff.
Oh dear, here come the voices again. I better go back to being the golden cough of radio, I think. Remember, details of all radio and television programs are in the new edition of Radio Times, which looks like this, and it isn't available in outer space.
We continue our Thursday evening on BBC1 now with David Attenborough testing the waters of the open ocean in the penultimate episode of The Living Planet.
BBC Wildlife magazine is for everyone interested in wildlife and conservation. This month, David Attenborough reminisces on 30 years of travels from Zoo Quest to The Living Planet. There's a colourful article on the secrets of Australia's Great Barrier Reef. A look at one of Britain's rarest animals, the pine marten. And the magic of kingfishers around the world. Just some of the features in the new BBC Wildlife magazine.
On BBC Two in a moment, the cuddly owl Mike Harding begins a new series taking his own brand of northern humour across the water to Belfast. And a new drama serial starts tonight here on BBC One when a husband mysteriously goes missing from home. That's in 25 minutes at 9:25 and follows our look at the main stories and events of the day in the 9 o'clock news now with John Humphreys.
Transport unions join the miners' battle. They're offering to black the movement of all coal. Liverpool's day of action tonight, still no agreement on the budget. Mrs. Thatcher orders a security review in government and the forces. Anger at Greenham, the cruise convoy goes out again. In Jordan, an ancient city fit for a queen. And in London, a riot staged for a princess. Good evening. The miners have tonight won new support from some of the country's most powerful unions. The leaders of 6 unions have decided that there should be a total ban on the movement of coal. They represent railwaymen, seamen, dockers and lorry drivers. And if their recommendation is accepted, it'll be a big escalation of the dispute. The miners' president, Arthur Scargill, says it'll strengthen the resolve of miners already on strike. And the leader of the steelmen, Bill Sears, said it would leave most steelworks without coal within a fortnight. The ban could come into operation next week. John Fryer was at this evening's meeting in London.
The leaders of the main transport unions have been backing the miners, but it hasn't made much difference so far or any real impact on industry. But tonight they went much further than expected, as the miners' president explained.
The trade unions who were represented here today fully understand the situation in the mining industry, and having taken cognizance of that situation, have given the assistance that you've heard about. I must say that I'm delighted with the assistance that's been offered, and naturally it demonstrates the solidarity of the trade union movement. Those facts will be related to our membership, and I'm quite certain that it will strengthen the resolve of miners currently involved in national and area disputes within the mining industry in an attempt to save pits and jobs.
Tonight's decision lifts the dispute onto a different plane. Before this, the railwaymen had simply been asked not to cross picket lines. Now they'll be stopping all movement of coal, whether or not the miners themselves keep on digging it. But the most immediate impact's on the steel industry, the most vulnerable coal user. No more so than at Ravenscraig in Scotland. Workers there, worried about the future of the plant, had been asking miners to allow in enough coal to maintain production. The steelmen's leader went along with the decision, but he didn't seem too happy.
My instructions will remain the same as they have been. The implications of what has been decided here tonight, obviously my colleagues are aware of what I've said to them, and they're being aware of that, are going in this direction, and my executive will discuss the implications. I'll call a special meeting next week.
Though the steelmen have misgivings, Mr. Scargill got considerable unanimity here tonight, even though the miners themselves have considerable disagreements about the dispute.
It's in our interest. I mean, we cannot afford to let the miners lose this strike. It will put us back to 1926, and God knows whether we'll ever recover. We recovered after 1926, but it would be doubtful if we would recover after 1984.
Picketing outside the coalfields has already started. The main target today was again the electricity supply industry. A power station near Doncaster was picketed, so was the nearby one at Drax. That was peaceful enough, but there were scuffles at Blythe in Northumberland and 24 arrests were made.
Some of the Yorkshire miners who've been arrested at the Nottinghamshire picket lines have accused the police of questioning them about their political affiliations. The men say they were asked how they'd voted in elections and how union money was spent. They've also complained that detectives would not identify themselves. The MP for Pontefract and Castleford, Geoffrey Lofthouse, says he'll be raising the matter in the House of Commons.
The miners were arrested near Silver Hill Colliery in Nottinghamshire and charged with obstruction. But it was the individual political cross-examination